Bees are a remarkable insect species that have been around for millions of years. These tiny creatures play a vital role in our ecosystem and our food supply. Welcome to our video on Introduction to Apiculture, where we will discuss the basics of beekeeping and the importance of bees. Beekeeping, also known as apiculture, is the practice of keeping bees to collect their honey and other products, such as beeswax, pollen, and royal jelly. The history of beekeeping can be traced back to ancient civilizations like the Egyptians, who used beeswax to make candles and honey as a sweetener. However, it was not until the 18th century that beekeeping began to develop into a more organized and regulated industry. Beekeeping has come a long way since then, with advancements in technology and research. However, the principles of beekeeping remain the same: to maintain healthy colonies of bees to ensure a steady supply of honey and other products. Bees are essential pollinators and play a crucial role in our ecosystem. They are responsible for pollinating approximately one-third of the world's crops, including fruits, vegetables, and nuts. Without bees, our food supply would be severely impacted. Beekeeping is not just about collecting honey, but it is also about preserving the health and well-being of the bees. Beekeepers need to monitor the health of their colonies regularly and take measures to prevent diseases and pests. Beekeeping can be a challenging and sometimes dangerous activity, as bees can become aggressive and sting if they feel threatened. Therefore, beekeepers must wear protective gear, such as bee suits, gloves, and veils, to prevent stings. Despite the challenges, beekeeping can be a rewarding hobby or a profitable business. Honey, beeswax, and other bee products are in high demand, and beekeepers can sell their products to consumers, farmers markets, or grocery stores. Bee biology. Bees are one of the most fascinating insects on our planet. They are social creatures that live in highly organized colonies, with each bee playing a specific role. In this video, we will discuss the different types of bees in a hive, their roles, and life cycle. A beehive typically consists of three types of bees: the queen, workers, and drones. The queen is the largest bee in the colony and is responsible for laying eggs. She can live up to 5 years and can lay up to 2,000 eggs per day. Worker bees are female bees that make up the majority of the hive. They are responsible for tasks such as foraging for food, caring for the young, and maintaining the hive structure. Worker bees can live up to 6 weeks during the summer and up to several months during the winter. Drone bees are male bees that are larger than worker bees but smaller than the queen. Their primary role is to mate with the queen. However, once they mate, they die immediately, or they are driven out of the hive during the winter months when resources are scarce. The life cycle of a bee begins when the queen lays an egg in a honeycomb. The egg hatches into a larva, which is fed by worker bees with a mixture of pollen and honey called royal jelly. The larva grows quickly and undergoes several molds before spinning a cocoon around itself and transforming into a pupa. Inside the cocoon, the pupa undergoes metamorphosis and develops into an adult bee. The adult bee emerges from the cocoon and begins its assigned task in the hive. During its lifetime, a bee will go through several stages, from being a nurse bee to a forager bee. Bees are essential pollinators and play a vital role in our ecosystem. They are responsible for pollinating approximately one-third of the world's crops, including fruits, vegetables, and nuts. As a beekeeper, it is essential to understand the different types of bees in a hive, their roles, and life cycle. By understanding these, you can better manage and care for your colony. Hive management. Managing a beehive is a crucial aspect of beekeeping. Proper hive management can lead to healthy bees, increased honey production, and a more successful beekeeping operation. In this video, we will discuss the different types of hives and how to manage them. The most common type of beehive is the Langstroth hive. It consists of rectangular boxes that stack on top of each other. This type of hive is easy to manage and allows for the inspection of individual frames. Another type of beehive is the top bar hive. It consists of a long, horizontal box with bars that the bees will comb on. This type of hive is less intrusive and requires less lifting, making it a popular choice for backyard beekeepers. A flow hive is a newer type of beehive that allows for easy honey extraction without disturbing the bees. The frames have a special design that allows the honey to flow out of the hive when a lever is turned. Inspecting a hive is an essential part of hive management. It allows you to check the health of the bees, the amount of honey, and the overall condition of the hive. To inspect a hive, you will need to remove individual frames carefully. You should always wear protective gear, including a veil, gloves, and a bee suit. Once you have removed the frame, you can examine it for signs of disease or pest infestation. You should also check the honeycomb for honey production and the brood chamber for signs of egg laying. Maintaining a hive involves treating it for pests and diseases. You can use chemical treatments or organic treatments, depending on your preference. Honey extraction. Honey extraction is the process of removing honey from the honeycomb and preparing it for consumption. In this video, we will discuss the process of honey extraction, including the equipment needed and the different methods. Before extracting honey, a beekeeper must first prepare the hive by removing the bees from the honeycomb. This is done using a bee smoker, which counts the bees and makes them less aggressive. Once the bees have been removed, the honeycomb is removed from the hive and taken to the honey extraction facility. The honeycomb is then placed in a honey extractor, which is a machine that uses centrifugal force to extract the honey from the comb. As the honey is extracted, it flows down the walls of the extractor and into a collection tank. The honey is then filtered to remove any impurities and to ensure a smooth texture. The honey is then bottled and ready for consumption. Another method of honey extraction is the crush and strain method. This method involves crushing the honeycomb and then straining the honey through a filter. This method is often used by small-scale beekeepers or those who do not have access to a honey extractor. It is important to note that not all honeycombs are suitable for honey extraction. Honeycombs that have brood or pollen stored in them should not be used for honey extraction. Pest and disease management. Bees are an essential part of our ecosystem, playing a vital role in pollination and the production of honey. However, like any other living organism, bees are also susceptible to pests and diseases that can have devastating effects on their health and productivity. In this video, we will discuss the common pests and diseases that affect bees and the best ways to prevent or treat them. Varroa mites. Varroa mites are the most common pests that affect bees. They are small, reddish-brown parasites that attach themselves to the bee's body and feed on their hemolymph. If left untreated, varroa mites can weaken the bees, making them susceptible to other diseases and ultimately leading to the death of the hive. To prevent varroa mites, beekeepers should regularly monitor their hives for signs of infestation and treat them with chemical or non-chemical methods. American foulbrood. American foulbrood is a bacterial disease that affects the brood in the hive. It is highly contagious and can quickly spread throughout the hive, leading to the death of the colony. The best way to prevent American foulbrood is to maintain good hygiene practices, including regular cleaning of the hive and the use of disease-resistant bee strains. If the disease is detected, infected hives should be destroyed to prevent further spread. Nosema. Nosema is a fungal disease that affects the bee's digestive system. Infected bees may exhibit symptoms such as diarrhea and a decreased lifespan. To prevent nosema, beekeepers should ensure that their hives have adequate ventilation and access to clean water. In the case of an outbreak, the use of medications such as fumagillin can be effective in treating the disease. Wax moths. Wax moths are pests that feed on the beeswax and honey stored in the hive. They can cause extensive damage to the hive if left unchecked. To prevent wax moths, beekeepers should regularly inspect their hives and remove any damaged or infested combs. The use of insecticides is also effective in controlling wax moth populations. Small hive beetles. Small hive beetles are another common pest that can damage the hive and weaken the bees. They feed on the pollen and honey stored in the hive and can cause the bees to abandon their colony. To prevent small hive beetles, beekeepers should maintain good hygiene practices, including regular cleaning of the hive and the use of beetle traps. Beekeeping safety. Beekeeping is a rewarding hobby and a vital industry that plays an important role in our ecosystem. However, working with bees can be dangerous, especially if proper safety precautions are not taken. Protective clothing. The most important safety precaution when handling bees is to wear protective clothing. This includes a beekeeping suit, gloves, and a veil or hat. The beekeeping suit should cover the entire body and be made of thick, durable material to prevent bee stings. Gloves should be made of a thick material that provides protection but allows for dexterity, and the veil or hat should cover the head and face to prevent bee stings. Smoker. Another important safety precaution when working with bees is the use of a smoker. A smoker is a device that produces smoke, which calms the bees and makes them less likely to sting. It is essential to have a smoker on hand when working with bees, especially when inspecting hives or harvesting honey. Proper handling techniques. Proper handling techniques are crucial when working with bees. When approaching a hive, it is important to move slowly and calmly to avoid agitating the bees. The use of loud noises or sudden movements can cause the bees to become defensive and increase the risk of stings. It is also important to use a hive tool to gently separate the frames, rather than using your hands.